Celebrity chef Mario Batali stood trial on charges of indecent assault and battery in Boston, Massachusetts. So how did it go? Was he able to serve up some justice?
YouTube lawyer.
Be more funny!
The allegation itself was that in April 1st of 2017, Batali allegedly groped the buttocks, breast, and groin of a woman, Natalie Tennant, as she got pictures of him while they were at a Boston bar and restaurant. Even though the allegations happened within 2017, it wasn't until 2019 that Batali was formally charged with indecent assault and battery. The fact this took until 2022 was mainly due to the delays caused by COVID-19. The charge itself of indecent assault and battery is a felony offense, and Batali could have faced anywhere from 2.5 years to 5 years in prison. In addition to that, he would have to register as a sexual offender. The trial itself began last Monday, and Batali at the very last minute made a tactical decision. He made the decision to be tried instead of by a jury, by the judge himself, what's called a bench trial. Now that does have some benefits. You only have one juror to focus on. This juror is the judge. This judge is not going to be easily swayed by emotional arguments and will look at the facts in a very hard and logical manner. The downside is that instead of a jury of people where you can get 1 out of 8, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 12 to believe in you and vote not guilty, that's all you need. With a bench trial, you've only got one juror. And if you don't convince them, well, that's it. The first witness the state put on was Natalie Tennant herself, the alleged victim, and she recounted the situation that arose.
And what hand were you taking those selfies with?
I was taking them with my right hand.
Okay, and Mr. Batali's on your left side.
Yes.
Okay, and in many of those photographs, you can see Mr. Batali's left hand pulling your face.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what his right hand was doing?
Yep, so his right hand is all over my breast, all over my rear end, in between my legs, grabbing me in a way that I've never been touched before like that, like squeezing in between my legs, squeezing my vagina to pull me closer to him, like as if that's a normal way to grab someone, just between the legs to pull them towards you.
Okay.
Now, I tried scouring the internet, but here's all I could find in regards to the actual videos or pictures and regarding what happened. And yes, you could tell in this, Batali's pretty drunk. I mean, he's looking this lady like a golden retriever. It's kind of gross. I know, though, super compelling stuff, right? The real fun occurred on cross. Why? Well, because Natalie Tennant did something that all of us do. She has a history of text messages, years and years and years worth of them. And even if they're not on your phone, your cell phone provider has them. As the great Robert Barnes said, never in writing, always in cash. Goes the same for this little guy. It was in these text messages from Tenny we learned that she thought suing Batali would be fun and exciting, and that she would be able to get some settlement money. In fact, she wanted $10K, and she'd be able to walk away.
December 13, 2017, you say, OMG, keep it up, girl. And then you look at the next page. What did you write at 9:16?
I wrote, OMG, I know, LMAO, give me 10K.
10K, maybe $10,000. You're talking about trying to profit from the pictures you had of Mr. Batali, right? Is that what that shows?
Yeah, I really honestly thought that's how this all worked. I thought that celebrities, when they get in trouble, that's just how it works. Like,
we later learned that Tenny took these selfies and videos over the course of 5 minutes. So there were multiple selfies, but she would stop, look, and she admitted talking to Batali in between these pictures. Yet she didn't walk away, and she kept standing there taking the pictures. Kind of weird. Maybe like it never happened. It was a little bit later in Cross when we learned about the true pièce de résistance. The true mwah, the chef's kiss. The most amazing thing possible. In 2018, Natalie Tenney served on a criminal jury, and on her jury duty questionnaire, when she listed, was there anything else that the jurors, the defense attorneys, anybody else need to know about herself, guess what she told everybody?
Murder.
That's right.
And then you wrote, is there anything else in your background, experience, employment, training, education that might affect your ability to be an impartial juror? You said yes, and you wrote clairvoyancy, right?
That's right.
Are you clairvoyant?
To a certain extent, yes.
You are.
Yes.
That's your testimony under oath today in this witness stand. You are clairvoyant.
I mean, yes, you can use other words, but yeah, I would consider myself to a certain extent being able to predict or have a feeling about major events that happen.
Yes, you heard that correctly. She claims to be a clairvoyant on a jury duty form. Don't worry, she digs the hole even deeper.
So when you were texting with your friend Kayla, and you said, I'm going to use the clairvoyant excuse to get out, you said that's just...
Well, I didn't get out of jury duty, and I was very forthcoming with the folks who were questioning when they asked, what is clairvoyancy, and can you read minds, and would that affect your ability to be impartial? And I said, no, it's not.
I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
You're testifying under oath. Like you were in that courtroom as a juror.
Yes.
That you weren't taking up the clairvoyant and then... Okay.
I'm pretty sure she's a liar. We did learn about other things that Natalie Tenney did that were pretty scummy, including faking a lease to get out of a gym membership, and also not providing all the necessary discovery in the civil trial with Mario Batali, where she was suing him for that settlement money, that elusive, that sweet $10K. Now, a rational person would think, wow, after this witness, we should have called it a day. In fact, we should have just looked at the judge and said, why are we really here? Do we really need to do this further? Well, guess what? We had to do more. There was a second day and a second witness, Natalie's friend. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, well, gosh, she must have some really killer information. Nope. All she could say was, here's what Natalie told me, here's what she texted me. So she had no first-hand knowledge. Then why did she testify? I don't know. I don't think the DA knows. It was her friend Rachel Buckley. She testified about a lot of things supposedly told to her by Natalie Tenney. But then she got confronted by something she couldn't get away from. Her testimony in a deposition. And here was her answer to that when that deposition testimony didn't match up to her trial testimony.
But in your sworn deposition, you told me that she did not name any specific body parts. Is that right?
I don't remember.
Okay, now that deposition was 2019. We said about 3 years ago, correct?
Correct.
And I'll read you the question I asked and your answer to help refresh your memory on this. And do you have a memory of Natalie telling you either via text or in person that Mr. Batali touched her breasts specifically? Not that he touched my breast. I don't remember her saying specifically he touched my breast. And I'm sorry, this is page 44 for the record, starting at line 10. Do you remember telling me that during the deposition?
No.
So you had no memory at the deposition that she had ever told you that Mr. Batali touched her breast?
Apparently not.
And is your memory somehow better today than it was 3 years ago on this issue?
I believe so.
Okay.
You know, I already said it once, but I'm pretty sure Rachel's a big liar too. In fact, I will make the accusation they're both fucking liars. Shocking, I know. So after that stunning testimony from Rachel Buckley and Natalie Tenney, the state of Massachusetts rested their case. Batali then had his chance to present a case, and he immediately rested himself. Why? Well, why do you have to present anything against a clairvoyant and somebody who says, yeah, that's what she told me? I mean, that's nothing. There's literally nothing there. They made a motion to dismiss, the judge denied it, and then he took it under advisement. And after a nice long lunch, he came back and rendered his verdict. Not guilty. But in addition to not guilty, he laid out specific findings, both for Natalie Tenney.
This court, because it's a jury-waived trial, this court is the sole judge of the credibility of the witnesses who testified in this case. The complaining witness has significant credibility issues. Those issues were highlighted in her testimony. Her conduct as a sworn juror in another case, in a criminal matter in Middlesex Superior Court, was egregious, and it was offensive to the rule of law. The testimony about her scheme to evade a $200 gym membership fee by creating a fictitious legal document is indicative of that lack of credibility. These issues, these were just two of the issues, but they were significant in the mind of the court, and they support the defendant's contention that her motive was financial gain.
But then he also addressed some things from Mario Batali, and I think that was some of the most scathing of all, because it did just kind of lay out what he thought and how really this whole situation could have been avoided by Mario Batali.
It's an understatement to say that Mr. Batali did not cover himself in glory on the night in question. His conduct and his appearance and his demeanor were not befitting of a public person of his stature at that time. It is a lesson for all of those people in public or celebrity positions. He's paid a high cost in terms of diminished reputation and financial loss.
And with that less than flattering dressing down by the judge, the case was over. And that's it for us.
The Commonwealth has not met its burden to the degree that's required by law. So Mr. Batali and Attorney Fuller and Caruso, if you could rise, I'm going to find the defendant not guilty to the charge of indecent assault and battery.
That's it for today, guys. If you like this, that's great. If you want to see the trial, I do have day 1 and day 2 in their entireties. I did live stream them. They are saved on my channel. So go ahead and take a look. All of this is there. It's really hilarious to listen to Natalie Tenney give her awful, awful cross-examination. But it does show you how much somebody's willing to lie to get a little bit of that scamola. So guys, please like, share, subscribe, and remember, until next time, just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty. Especially Mario Batali. He's not guilty. Although Natalie Tenney, yeah, you're probably guilty of being a gold digger. While we were waiting for the verdict, somebody in chat did bring up a very good point. If Natalie Tenney was clairvoyant and she could foresee this coming, and she didn't do anything to stop it, does that mean she consented? Gets your noggin jogging, doesn't it?